Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot for November 11th. As you can probably tell, I am sick. Not quite sure what I have. Vanessa has tested positive for COVID, but she's holding her own. Victoria and I are both miserable, but we're testing negative for COVID so far. So, needless to say, it's going to be short because it hurts to talk. But I did want to touch base and sort of, um, you know, just connect a little bit. And what you think I'd fallen off the face of the earth. So I continue to monitor the results and the progress of the counting with regards to the election. So it's a curious thing, and I have not checked my pendulum today. So you and I are going to see this for the first time together. All right. So just a few questions, right? First question: are the Democrats going to retain control of the Senate? Are they going to get the seats they need to retain control of the Senate? Okay. Um, the Nevada Senate seat, um, the Democrat is just a little bit behind. Are the Dems going to secure the Senate seat from Nevada? Okay, that's a yes. Um, I think Kelly has it wrapped up, but we'll ask. Is Kelly going to be reelected to his seat in the Senate in Arizona? That's a yes. Is Raphael Warnock in Georgia going to be reelected as a result of the um, December 6th runoff? Is Raphael Warnock going back to the Senate? And that's a yes. So that looks pretty strong. Now, I it was a very curious thing because I was using my pendulum on Tuesday night and into Wednesday. And somewhere around Wednesday, kind of late afternoon or early evening, whenever I asked about the house, my pendulum just went still. It would not answer. So clearly the energies are really kind of still all over the place. And of course, pendulums read current energies, all right? So that's what happens when things go, kind of funny. Um, are the Democrats going to be able to hold on to the House? Okay, that's a no, and I'm sorry, and that's disappointing. However, is Kevin McCarthy going to have a majority ruled by 7 or less people? Super, super, super tight. Yes, he is. Is Kevin McCarthy going to be able to hold on to position of Speaker of the House? No. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. All right. Um, Katie Hobbs and Carrie Lake. Um, is Hobbs going to be returned as governor of Arizona? Thank you. Yeah, it's a yes. Okay, so energetically, this is just quickly what I can tell you. Um, Kevin McCarthy is going to be blessed with one of the most unruly House of Representatives than any of you or I have ever seen. He has enough election deniers. He has enough really, really right wing people in there that they're going to hold up anything he tries to do if they don't think that it is cruel enough or brutal enough to punish, the Democrats. They will do nothing at all to help stabilize the energy of the country. Um, there are going to be some Republicans who are going to sort of side with the Democrats on some real, kind of basic um, governing agendas. So there's that. Um, Marjorie Taylor Greene, for example, says she's not going to vote for Kevin McCarthy's leadership unless he basically promises her that she can attempt to impeach Biden like once a week. Okay? So that's kind of the crazy that he's dealing with. Um, so he's going to have his hands full if he lasts a year as Speaker, um, or Majority Leader in Congress. He is not going to last longer than that. I really, really don't think. So what we know now is that we need to keep on staying calm. I was delighted to see that there were no excessive acts of violence or intimidation that went on right around election day, around the polls, etc. That is wonderful. So for all of you who participated in the Shine Your Light Energy Circles, I thank you. You did good work. Um, and so there's that. Okay, as you can see, I'm just absolutely powering down. So I really am going to cut this very, very short. Um, hang in there. I mean, we always knew that the Senate would be down to 1 or 2 seat advantage, okay? So this nail biter kind of has to be expected. And the reality is if the Dems can hold on to the Senate, that gives them control over judges and appointing judges. And at this point, that is incredibly, incredibly important. I was also really, really pleased to see that the women of the United States just slapped back against state governments who felt it necessary to tell a woman how to deal with her own body. Glad to see that. I mean, even in Kentucky, that's cool. Yeah, Beto. Um, I was not generally getting a win result for him, and again, I'm sorry for that. But Texas, I think, in its own way, um, it's just energetically, it's just not ready yet to move forward. And of course, we have the situation in Florida with DeSantis and the way he um, sort of gerrymandered things so that there were, I think, 5 additional House seats that were created. I don't understand how the seating thing works and how I just don't get it. But anyways, so there's that. Um, so Trump is furious, absolutely furious. And you know what? I just read, I think this morning, that Tiffany is getting married on Saturday. Can you just imagine what that father of the bride speech is going to be like? Oh my lord. So I kind of feel sorry for her, because nobody wants their wedding to be ruined by a out of control, irate, hysterical, um, addle-brained dad. But apparently that, in most likelihood, what's going to happen. I guess the final question is Trump actually going to announce his run for presidency on I guess it's Tuesday the 14th? So in this coming week, is Biden going to go ahead and announce his presidency next week? Okay, right now I am getting a no. I want you to just put this into perspective. I have never seen Donald Trump returning to the White House, ever. I want you to frame it this way. If Donald Trump actually um, runs again, makes a run at the presidency, the humiliation that he has suffered as a result of elections 2018, 2020, and now 2022 are going to look like a slight tap on the hand if he actually pushes forward and tries to run in 2024. By then, um, the country is going to have had 2 years or 4 years of Biden getting things done. And they're not, and things are calmer, and they're not going to want to go back to the hysteria. There was enough of a pushback with that kind of right wing craziness in this midterm. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. So, in some ways, if Trump decided to run, that would make it a very easy election win for the Democrats. I don't think he will. Oh, I guess the final question on Trump. Um, is there going to be an indictment against Trump before the end of 2022? Okay, that's a no. Don't panic. Is there going to be an indictment or indictments against Trump before the end of January of 2023? Yeah, okay. So, and that actually really makes sense if you think about it, because Fulton County, for example, I mean, now they've dragged in Kevin McCarthy has to testify, Newt Gingrich has to testify. So they're still collecting information. And I think the Department of Justice is going to continue to do what it does. And certainly Letitia James is going to do what she does. That trial is going ahead. I know it was there was a recess taken because one of the jurors got really sick or something. But that's going to continue moving forward. But again, it feels like, maybe it'll wrap up by the end of November, but I have to tell you, it feels more like December. So we shall see how that turns out. All right, I've um, subjected your lovely little ears to my croaky voice quite long enough. Thank you so very, very much for being here. I am honored by the time you choose to spend with me. Take a moment today to thank your vets. Remember those who have fought for us to secure our freedoms, and to take a moment to also thank and acknowledge those who are currently in service. Okay, that's what I know. If I'm not back on Tuesday, you'll know that my voice is not yet recovered or I'm not feeling very good. So, the Pick Your Crystal weekly reading has already been recorded, so that will be available to you on Saturday morning. It's Friday. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay safe and be well. Bye bye for now.